Willie D Live.
Why be
the
the biggest artist in the world on YouTube? Why wouldn't JCole do a song with him?
That's true.
Like, come on, bro. You ain't never in your life sold more record than this boy.
What's up, family? And another hit leaked audio recording of Young Thug in jail talking. Who is Young Thug talking about today? Andre 3000 and JCole. Let's start with JCole. Thug said JCole didn't want to do a song with NBA Youngboy. He's the hottest dude on YouTube. What you mean you don't want to do a song with him?
What you thinking? Like, tripping. You just be on that. Oh, I don't like your music, or I ain't doing no music with you. Man, they don't like y'all nigga music neither. Nigga don't really like that shit you talking about. That shit y'all niggas about. Nigga just want to do songs. Nigga just want, like, it's the game we in. Like, it ain't no, the Atlanta Falcons ain't playing Miami Dolphins because they don't like the Dolphins. Man, we playing everybody. It's the sport we in.
Right.
Andre 3000, you one of the biggest artists in the world. You became one of the biggest artists in the world. But you ain't helped nobody. You ain't put nobody on. Now you vintage. Now you goddamn can't put out a song and go top 50. You see what I'm saying? You put a song out right now, you can't even go top 50.
Right.
But you the biggest artist in the entire world at one point. But you ain't put nobody on though. You ain't did that. Ain't no nigga saying they got a career off of you.
That's true.
Like y'all nigga ain't help nobody. All that rap shit don't mean nothing, man. In 15 years, 10, 15 years, it don't mean nothing.
He made the analogy of rappers not wanting to work with other rappers because they don't like their music to football. He talked about how the Atlanta Falcons does not play the Miami Dolphins because they don't like them. They play them because that's the game we're in. And so he's basically alluding to the fact that if you're in this game, you need to work with everybody. Not so fast. Not so fast. See, art is a little different. It's a little different. When you work with artists, it's a reflection of your art. So you got to work with artists that you feel is going to be a compliment to you. Artists don't have to work with other artists. An artist can go their entire career without having one feature and sell millions of records and still be a legend. But you can't do that in sports. You can't do that in football. You gotta actually play head to head against your competition. Atlanta Falcons cannot exist without playing games against other players. Rappers compete against others, but they don't have to walk in the studio and battle against each other. They don't have to be on the same album to compete. They don't have to be in the same room to compete. They don't even have to be in the same country to compete. So it's a little different there. In regards to Andre 3000, he said that Andre 3000 could not drop a record today and be in the top 50. Again, I beg to differ. I don't think Young Thug, he is a lot younger, but I don't think he understands how many people out there are waiting on an Andre 3000 album. Not him playing the flute. An Andre 3000 album where he goes in. Oh, that absolutely would do numbers. I don't know what spot he would land in, but I know for a fact it would not be outside of top 20. Definitely, he's not going to have to struggle to be in a top 50 category. At this point, Young Thug should just go ahead and admit to all the people he talked about, and that way we can finish these conversations. He should just come out and say, yeah, I talked about this person. Oh yeah, and by the way, Yeah, your name came up too, Willie D. Yeah, I talked about you too, man. You know, I just want to go and get that out the way, man. Yeah. At this point, Thug, man, this is every single day. It's a new body. Young Thug, man, come on, bro. Like, let this be a lesson. But you know what? It's not going to be a lesson because you know what's about to happen, right? This is what people are not thinking about. They're releasing Young Thug tapes today, right? The feds are leaking Young Thug audio tapes from when he was in prison. Well, there's been a lot more famous people in prison. And if they want to particularly target those other members of YSL, they got a long list. Or even the people who Young Thug mentioned. So several people that he's mentioned has been in jail also. They could also leak their tapes. Don't know what they're going to find, but I'm sure there will be some tapes of them airing out their grievances with certain people who are high profile. Young Thug, Young Thug, Young Thug. JCole and Andre 3000 do not need features to make it. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand the point of features. You hook up with somebody who got a different audience than you, who can, you know, compliment what you do. The goal is that you're going to get some of their fans, right? So I get that. But JCole and Andre 3000 are established artists. They don't need features from nobody. I don't care how hot you are. They do not need a feature. What I'm trying to figure out is, why does this bother Young Thug so much? Why does it bother him so much? Like, you don't want to do a song with me? Fine, cool. You know, you don't want to do a song with this guy? What business is it of mine? I don't give a damn, one way or the other. But this seems to really bother Young Thug. And he also said, hey, you know, y'all don't like, you don't like this music, we don't like y'all music either. You know? He's like, so he's basically saying that there's some type of generational gap right there where the older guys don't like their music and they don't like the older guys' music. But JCole ain't that much older than Young Thug, if he's older than him at all. In fact, let me check that out right quick. Let's see, JCole, let's see, boom. Yeah, and then Young Thug, boom. So JCole is only 6 years older than Young Thug. Young Thug is 34 and JCole is 40. 34 and 40. That's not a huge gap. In any event, fam, Young Thug got some problems right now because there's some more tapes coming out that's going to send us in an entire different direction. It's going to throw us for an entire loop. He's talking about everybody, so nobody is safe. He's going to have some other information that comes out, whether it be he's associating it to a name brand person, or it's his personal business. But something is going to come out. We're going to be like, whoa, because at this point, nobody's surprised about him going in on different artists and other celebrities. Nobody's really surprised about that. But now we're about to get into some territory where he's going to be talking about what he did personally. You know, he's going to get into some personal stuff, some really personal stuff. And that's when the SHIT is really going to hit the fan. But I don't even know if he does release that, if the feds decide they're gonna put that out on what date they're gonna put it out on, I don't even know if that's going to be enough to have Young Thug canceled, because there ain't really a lot of standards these days. You know, the bar is so low it can't go no more. So it ain't like you do this, you cancel, or you do this, you cancel. Oh, you can't come back from that. At this stage of the game, in the society we live in today, with integrity not even being a question these days for people to be successful or to have people want to be around them, it doesn't matter what he does. He is going to continue to get money, and people are going to continue to support him, at least those who do. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.